Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to create a miracle in your life using only one card, one coin, 2 steps, and the coin is optional. What am I talking about? Guys, this is Dave the Barbarian with the Small Business Superheroes podcast, and I'm talking about the fact that we are going to help you to create a miracle in your life or your business by utilizing Earl Nightingale's 30-day test. I've personally used this in my own life, and I have created absolute miracles in my life utilizing these steps. They're very, very simple. What does the card have to do with anything? Take a card and write down a specific and measurable goal on that card. Something concrete and specific that you would like to accomplish over the next 30 days. Something positive that you want to generate, earn, create, and manifest in your life. It's actually a lot easier the first time you do this if you do it with something that's very specific and measurable and attainable, something along the lines of some people choose to start with an amount of money. Some people choose to start with a number of pounds they'd like to lose. Usually those are the 2 big ones that people start with. They start with, I want to generate this amount of money, I would like to lose this much weight, or even for bodybuilders, I'd like to gain this much weight. Start with something specific and measurable, something concrete. Start with something specific and measurable, something concrete the first go around. So that's step 1. Write it on a card. The reason you write it on a card is that 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night, you're going to pull out that card and you're going to read it. You're going to read it to yourself. I have done this several times before, and I can tell you that memorizing it and repeating it to yourself from memory is not the same. It just does not work the same way as pulling the card out. That ritual of taking the card out of your pocket, reading it to yourself, and as you're reading it, you're thinking about it, you're visualizing it, you're imagining it, and you're feeling those feelings that go along with having that goal accomplished. When you write the goal in the present tense. Bob Proctor talks about writing it, I am so happy and grateful now that. For me, I do it a little bit differently. I still leverage those 2 words, I am, but I say, I am the person who, I'm the man who did this. I'm the man who generated this many millions of dollars in revenue for my company. I'm the man who did this or that by this date. I always say, I'm the man who accomplished this task on or before this date. So you can utilize that if you want to, man, woman, or otherwise, and you can be the person who writes that down. You can utilize that method if you want to, or come up with your own method, utilize Bob Proctor's method. There are a lot of goal writing methods out there. The one thing about goal writing I would caution against. A lot of people, when they talk about setting goals, they say that they should be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and there should be an element of time. I agree with 3 out of 5 because they should be specific, they should be measurable, and there should be an element of time. Specific, measurable, so you know when you get there, and an element of time so you know when you want to be there. But when it comes to being attainable and realistic, who is anyone, including yourself, to tell you what's attainable and realistic? Once upon a time, Elon Musk woke up one day and said, I'm going to teach myself how to create rockets, and I'm going to teach it to myself from a book, and then I'm going to create rockets and shoot things up into space. That didn't seem attainable or realistic. You know why? It's not. It's not realistic. But I think your goal should be believable to you. That's the only barometer that you need to measure this by. This is the only yardstick you need, is it believable to you? If it's believable to you, then that's every bit as attainable as any other goal that's out there. What's the coin for? This coin is a gratitude coin that the mad scientist made for me on his Glowforge. It says gratitude on one side and it says manifest on the other side. This is optional because honestly, the mad scientist makes them on his Glowforge. Y'all can't get one. Unless you want one, shoot me an email, info@amsdynamics.com. We'll figure out how to get you one if you really, really want one. Some people use a rock. They'll grab a rock, they call it their gratitude rock, they put it in their pocket. The reason for it is that you've got the card, you carry it with you all day long. I marry that card to the coin and I put it in my pocket. So anytime I reach into my pocket for anything, the feeling that coin in my hand puts an image, flashes it on the screen of my mind, puts an image of that goal having been accomplished already. So the more that I think about it, the more I focus on it, the more that my unconscious mind, my reticular activating system, is out there monitoring, looking for avenues that I can use to pursue my goal, where I can make progress towards my goal. That's what we're really looking for. Now, what is step 2? Step 2 is for the next 30 days. You're reading your card, morning, noon, and night. You've got something in your pocket, whether it's, I don't care if it's a paper clip, something in your pocket. So that's step 1. Every time you touch that object, you flash that image on the image of your mind of the goal being accomplished. Think of something you're grateful for. Step 2, the next 30 days, you do more than is expected of you. Get up earlier than you've ever gotten before. Work harder than you've ever worked before. Stay up a little bit later than you've ever stayed up before. And do that because you're taking care of business. You are taking steps, progress steps towards your goal. Do not be frantically busy with tasks to make yourself look busy, to feel like you've been busy. I want you to actually do things, whether it's research, whether it's development, whether it's networking, whether it's actual brick and mortar physical labor, whatever it is. Take the action steps to work towards your goal and go above and beyond for the next 30 days. That is the mission. One card, one coin, or some other small object you can carry in your pocket, and 2 steps. Over the next 30 days, this is going to create a miracle in your life, I believe. It's my true belief that if you will do these things, these 2 steps, over the next 30 days consistently, every single day, you will create a miracle in your life and you will accomplish a goal that you set for yourself, whether or not anyone else thinks it's attainable or realistic. Guys, reach out to me if you have any questions, info@amsdynamics.com. Feel free, if you want to, hit the subscribe button with notifications. I'm going to do a video every day over the next 30 days. We're going to keep each other accountable, and this is a project that we are going to work on together. Guys, this is Dave the Barbarian with the Small Business Superheroes podcast, amsdynamics.com. Thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow in the next video.